I'm also like, take somebody like Andrew Tate.
You fuck with Tate?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you.
You don't but you seem to share a lot of similar values with him.
We share a lot of values, but Andrew Tate, here's the thing about Andrew Tate, man, and as young men, I can see why you guys look up to him, because you are moralist men. You have no values. You have no positive male role models. So you latch onto a piece of shit like Tate, who has money, who has women. You say, no, I want to be like Tate. All my problems in the world, they're because women are fucking me. They're because this is fucking me. No, that's not it. So Andrew Tate is a con artist. Did you ever watch that interview?
Go to the first one.
You ever watch that interview where
Let's talk about this. Yeah.
You ever watch that interview where he goes on in detail about how he pretended to be a cam girl and used to rob people's savings?
That was probably on ours.
Yeah, I think that might have been on
Maybe.
yours. Yeah, these
He
guys.
had the girls do the webcams, and then he was taking 100% of the earnings.
And no. He
100%?
He also said that he would go on there and pretend to be men and have them send them $100K.
No, he'd go on there and pretend to be the girl.
Yeah, pretend to be a girl and have them send. So this guy who is a utter con artist, and he shows no remorse.
That's what every OnlyFans
Don't you
girl's
think
doing
every
right now, though,
OnlyFans
too.
has some assistant guy that's
You know
messaging these
OnlyFans,
girls?
obviously.
Yeah, I know. Every girl I know on OnlyFans, you guys, they don't even run their OnlyFans.
So it's the same
Right.
shit.
So, all the top earners of OnlyFans, when you're on there talking to them, you're not talking to them, you're talking to a male assistant.
Yeah.
But to see the way he talked with no remorse, it wasn't, you know what, man? I did something so morally wrong. I took advantage of men. I took money from men. It was like, nah, damn, I'm a con artist. I'm a piece of shit. So Andrew Tate, you guys, if you want to look up to a guy like Jordan Peterson. He understands masculinity, honesty, how to be a fucking man. But I'm telling you, Andrew Tate, he's not your messiah. He would turn you out for $1. He's a fucking pimp. He's a whore.
Do you think anything he does
I think
preach
there's good and
is
bad
positive?
in everyone.
But he's good and bad, but he's a con artist. What I'm saying is, like, for instance,
Practice what you preach.
practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate found a con and he's running with it and he's making a lot of fucking money. And don't be like him. Don't want to drive a Bugatti and don't Andrew Tate, you guys. There's so many better male role models to have, and he is the definition of trash. Let me tell you, if Andrew Tate was right here, bro, he wouldn't even make eye contact with me. He'd be so fucking scared of me. So we'll conclude this, dude. Just I'm gonna keep rocking my Hyundai accent. We're gonna keep making money.
Chevy Volts.
And fucking thank you guys, because you are the reason why I got this fucking shot. That's fucking. But I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now. If you meet a girl and she doesn't want to be with you while you're driving a fucking Hyundai accent, she ain't the fucking one, dude. So,
because that just means she's not a high value woman. You gotta get you a high value woman, not the low value women. Red pill, blah blah blah.
Some fighter the other day, I can't remember his name. I think he was a boxer, maybe a boxer or an MMA guy, saying something like, yeah, those guys used to scam people with their webcam models. They're a bad role model for whatever. What? One, you're a fucking hypocrite. Let me explain why that guy's a hypocrite. When you run any type of entertainment business, whether it be a Twitch streaming agency, a Rumble streaming agency, a Kick streaming agency, a webcam streaming agency, or whether you're a boxer or a fighter, you are leaving the door open for some people to completely abuse vices in your name, and you have nothing that you can do about it. When you run a webcam studio, there are people who will visit the girls and talk to them in a very healthy way, spend $50 on a weekend, and exit. And then you get addicts who are uncontrollable, who will throw all their money at webcam models until they're destitute. And the addict cannot be saved and cannot be helped by not running your business. You close that down, the addict's going to go to someone else. Now, for this guy, a professional fighter, to sit there and say that I should have some remorse for the addict or some control over what the addict does is embarrassing, because he is yet to turn the mirror on himself. He is an entertainer. He is fighting in the ring. He is providing entertainment for these millions of people around the world watching him. You think people don't bet, my G? You think people don't bet healthy amounts of money on your fights and hope that you win, and when you win, profit from it? Yeah, that's cool. Because the betting and the fight purses are linked. The fact that there's so much gambling involved and the fact that people bet is why you get paid in the fucking first place. And let me tell you something. The big money in the betting and the big money in the gambling doesn't come from the guys who watch your fights and use this gambling service in a healthy way. No, it comes from the addicts, the degenerates, the people who cannot be helped. Every time you fight, somebody has lost everything he had. And for me to sit there, having done what I've done and having lived the life I lived, and say this fighter should feel remorse. This fighter is a bad example to men because through his fight purses, he has scammed millions out of degenerate gamblers who cannot help themselves would be false. And for you to lace up and say, you know what? If you want to be a critic of me, you want to be a critic of my brother? Okay, cool. Good. Then you do this, my friend. You say, I will fight for money at a much reduced fee as long as nobody in the world can gamble on my fights. That way I've protected everybody and I'm completely responsible and I did not, no betting website scammed some gambler out of his cash. Don't, when you're in the entertainment business that bankrupts families and people because of their lack of self-discipline, don't you dare lecture me, little man, about what I've done in my past. Because the addicts cannot be helped. I'll tell you what I do. You would lose all your fight contracts and all your sponsorships if you said something like, no one bet, no one gamble on fights. No, everyone stop it. You got into the octagon. Thanks for watching me. Got into the boxing ring. Thanks for watching me. But don't ever gamble and don't bet. You'd lose every contract you have. I come along. Even when I was running my webcam studio years ago, I would do podcasts about the ins and outs of it and advise young men never to partake in these activities. Do not lecture me. I'm talking to 2 or 3 people. You probably know who you are. You'll probably see this. I don't give a shit. And you're all broken. So yeah, how do I conflate being anti-pornography and having run an adult entertainment business in my past? My knowledge from the business is what made me anti-pornography. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't give a shit about the issue. And I'm a loud voice on this issue. And I'm changing young men for the better. So, don't lecture me.
The reason why I drive like a shitty Hyundai is, one, I'm cheap, very cheap. But like, the entire world makes you feel inadequate. Everything we do, from what you wear to what you drive, you are born living in the fucking commercial. When you're a little infant and you're watching TV, you are born looking at Audi and Mercedes commercials. When you handing a kid a cell phone, they are born, they're being fucking brainwashed. And like, dude, I love America more than anything.